Hello everyone, welcome back to Military War Zone. Tonight, we bring you breaking news that could reshape the balance of power in the Middle East. Iran has just unveiled a new hypersonic missile, one that its officials claim can strike Israel in less than 7 minutes. The announcement has set off alarms not only in Israel, but across the United States, NATO, and the wider international community. According to Iranian state media, this missile travels at speeds exceeding Mach 10. To put that in perspective, Mach 10 means more than 12,000 kilometers per hour. At that velocity, traditional missile defense systems have only seconds to detect, track, and attempt an interception. Iranian officials also claim that the missile was specifically designed to evade Israel's advanced multi-layered defenses, including Iron Dome, David's Sling, and the Arrow system. If true, this would represent one of the most serious threats Israel has ever faced. The unveiling comes at a time of already heightened tensions in the region. Conflicts in Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, and Yemen have stretched Israel's security apparatus. Now, the possibility of a direct, near-instant strike from Iran adds a whole new dimension. Analysts warn that this announcement is not just about military capability, but also about psychological warfare. Iran is sending a clear message it wants to project power far beyond its borders and demonstrate that it cannot be ignored. For Israel, the implications are enormous. A missile traveling this fast would give Israeli leaders almost no time to make critical decisions. Early warning systems that usually provide minutes of preparation could be reduced to mere seconds. This changes the entire strategic equation, forcing Israel to consider not only how to defend against such a weapon, but whether it must take preemptive action to neutralize the threat before it is ever used. The United States has also taken notice. American officials quickly responded to Iran's announcement, calling it a destabilizing move that threatens not just Israel but the entire region. NATO allies expressed similar concerns, warning that hypersonic weapons are rapidly becoming one of the greatest challenges to global security. The fear is that if Iran truly possesses a reliable hypersonic capability, it could embolden Tehran's regional strategy, giving it more leverage in conflicts from the Red Sea to the Mediterranean. But the big question is this: is Iran exaggerating? Military experts are divided. Some believe the technology is still out of reach for Iran, and that this unveiling could be a mix of propaganda and intimidation. Others, however, argue that with Iranian partnerships with Russia, North Korea, and advanced missile research programs, the claim cannot be dismissed outright. Even if Iran's hypersonic missile is not fully operational, the mere possibility forces Israel and its allies to prepare for the worst. The announcement also raises alarms about an arms race. Hypersonic weapons are already developed by the United States, China, and Russia. If Iran has entered this exclusive club, even in a limited way, it could encourage other regional powers to accelerate their own programs. Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and even Egypt may now feel pressure to seek advanced missile technology, further destabilizing an already fragile Middle East. In Tehran, the missile unveiling has been celebrated as a national triumph. Officials describe it as proof that Iran can defend itself against what they call Zionist and Western aggression. Crowds have gathered in the capital, waving flags and cheering as state television broadcast images of the missile on display. To many Iranians, this weapon is not just a tool of war, but a symbol of resistance and pride. For Israel, however, it is a nightmare scenario. Already dealing with threats on multiple fronts, Israeli defense planners must now calculate how to respond to a weapon designed to outrun and outsmart their most advanced defense systems. Some voices inside Israel are already calling for preemptive strikes on Iranian facilities. Others urge caution, warning that such a move could ignite a full-scale regional war. The global economic impact also cannot be ignored. The Middle East remains a critical hub for oil and global trade. If the threat of hypersonic weapons spreads to key shipping lanes, insurance rates will soar, oil markets will react, and the ripple effects could be felt worldwide. Investors and governments alike are watching closely to see how the situation develops. As the dust settles from this announcement, one truth is clear: the Middle East has entered a new era of military competition. Whether or not Iran's missile can deliver on its promises, the psychological and strategic impact is undeniable. Israel, the United States, and NATO must now adapt to a reality in which the timeline for response in any future conflict could shrink to mere minutes, or even seconds. The coming days will be critical. Will Israel choose to respond militarily? Will the West increase sanctions and diplomatic pressure? Or will this announcement remain more symbolic than practical? For now, the world can only watch and wait as the stakes grow higher. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor this breaking story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Military War Zone for the latest updates on global defense conflicts and security.